So please excuse the appearance. I want to record this very fresh and very raw. I'm having some ideas and some changes, I think, to this channel. And it's not that it really matters, but I figured I just would be honest with you guys, kind of tell you what I'm thinking. So I started this daily channel for a few reasons. The first reason, I wanted to learn how to speak really well. That was the main reason for doing daily content. It's not that I thought it would get a lot of views. I kind of figured it wouldn't. But it was more about how do I learn the skill of speaking? And if I'm doing it daily, that's how I'm going to get the best at it. But also, I wanted to share valuable lessons that I'm learning as I'm learning them. And so by doing daily videos, I'm capturing every single lesson pretty much. That way, they'll be valuable to you guys. But I had some takeaways. See, after doing these daily videos for 60 days or so, I don't know how long it's been. I was sitting in church yesterday, stressed out of my mind, like having a complete mental breakdown. Not because daily videos, but just because I've been pushing myself way too hard. And I knew I know my limits now a lot better than I did a couple years ago. So I knew what I was doing, but we had a massive launch. We just launched the biggest video I've ever created. You can check it out in the description. It's just like a free copywriting masterclass. Literally the heart of online business. We created a free course that shows you how to do it. So I know it's going to literally generate hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars for people across the world for free. So that was epic. But I pushed too hard, and I've been kind of burning the past couple days. And the Pastor Nate said something amazing. He said that God has given you all the time you need to accomplish what he wants you to do. The problem is he's not giving you all the time you need to accomplish the things you want to do. So all the personal status boosting objective, like things that I want to do for selfish reasons, I don't have enough time for. And so the reason that I'm kind of stressing and burning out is I'm doing things that are for me and not necessarily like the things God is wanting me to do. I'm doing too much of the things that I'm just doing for myself. And so the practical takeaway, he said, is to look at the responsibilities in your life, starting with yourself, your church, your family, and work, and list out all the things that are your responsibility. So what are the things that are under your control that God has given to you? Think about it, what is only in your control? Like no one else's responsibility. And so I listed out for myself. I've got physical health being workout, stretching, cardio, diet. Mental health being rest, my media diet, what I'm consuming. Spiritual health being reading the Bible, prayer, going to church, being a part of a church family. Finances being discipline, budgeting, tithing. And then number 2, church. Serving at church, plugging in, being a part of family, tithing, like attending church, all that good stuff. Serving being the main one. Number 3, family. So quality time with my wife, witnessing to my family members, serving them, being present, and like praying for them. And then number 4, work. Here's what I got for work. Very interesting. Number 1, expectations with team and marketing that are clear and truthful. So how do I set expectations with my marketing? That is not a lie. That is 100% true. It's not fabricated. It's not like stretch the truth. It's like, how do I be honest with potential customers? And also, how do I set clear expectations with the team? Like, how do I not promise big things and say things just to get the results I want? Because it's easy to do that. Number 2, valuable courses for clients. So people who have paid me money, I owe them obligation to continue providing value to them first. And then valuable courses for clients, valuable content for viewers, and then share the gospel, and probably the most important thing, listening to God. That's where the ideas come from. And so based on this list of responsibilities, it doesn't sound that crazy, but then you start to realize all the things that I'm doing that are not in this. And that's where these daily videos came in. I really sat down and asked myself, like, God, what are the things that I shouldn't be doing that I'm doing out of like just a side quest, like a mission on my own, just trying to make myself better? And the thing he brought to my head was these daily videos. So the problem is not that they're daily. The problem is that recently they've been too forced. So I want these videos to be raw, but also I want them to be valuable. That's the whole point. I'm not making them so that I become, like, who cares if I become like the best wordsmiths teacher in the world? I need to learn speaking, but ultimately it's God moving through me that speaks. Because Moses had a speech impediment, and he led the people out of Israel, or he led Israel out of Egypt to the promised land, and he couldn't even speak. So it's like, it doesn't really matter if I know how to speak well. God's going to use my heart posture. So that's a big thing. Also, my speaking has improved substantially, like a lot. It needs a lot more work, but the 80-20 is kind of done. Looking at other YouTubers and stuff, I already speak close to as good as some of the best ones, because the competition is really not that crazy. But the main reason is, can I speak well enough that I'm not getting in the way of what God's saying? And I would say yes. I want to keep working on it, but it doesn't need a ton of time like it did when I first started. And probably the biggest takeaway is I need to become someone worth listening to. So right now, like, some of you guys watch these videos every day, and I love you so much, and I hope that you're getting tons of value from it. But in order for me to give you guys value on this daily basis, I need to be doing stuff and talking less about it. So really, now that I've got this skill of speaking, I need to go out and just make some crazy stuff and to run up some businesses and like do that, so then I can start making valuable content. Now, where does this leave us? I don't want to stop making videos on this channel at all. You might have heard that and think, oh, he's going to quit the channel. Not exactly. But I don't want to force it. Like, I want to sit down and record content that is just overflowing from my heart. Not just me forcing myself to turn on the camera, record 5 videos that are like random, and then upload it. No, I want to have like a breakthrough in my life just like this one, and I want to come share it with y'all so you can get this really valuable lesson. Because that's what matters, right? Is I'm aiming towards this goal of being a kingdom financer, being a gospel patron, being someone who uses the gift of making money, which is not bad, by the way. I want to make money so much, but I want to give it to the gospel. This is my goal. And all these lessons on this ladder to me reaching this goal are going to be valuable to anyone else wanting to climb with me. So I want to share them. But I don't just want to be sharing random lessons that just because I'm trying to make daily videos, if that makes sense. Instead, I want to figure out what are the big chunks that really got me closer, and how do I share those to you guys? So that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to take a week off, honestly. I'm going to take a week off these videos, and I'm going to listen and pray more, because this is just a couple minutes of listening to God. I'm going to listen. I'm going to pray more. But I think what will probably be the case is I'm going to take this time to focus on doing big projects, the things that I talked about under my responsibility. Valuable courses for clients, valuable content for viewers. And as cool as these daily videos are, this recent masterclass I put out is just astronomically more valuable than any of these little daily videos. So I should be doing more of that. I should be doing more of like these crazy valuable videos. That's what I think. Also, I want to focus less on speaking, but still keep it part of my repertoire. I think it's just honestly, I know it's important. I know it's very important. I'm glad that God would lead me to learn it, but I don't want it to become like a selfish thing of how do I just become this freaking aesthetically pleasing, attractive guy who knows how to speak perfectly like Jack Harlow or somebody. I'll go back and forth on that, I'm sure. But for now, I'm like, I think I'm good enough on speaking to just make these videos. But yeah, I got to become someone worth listening to. I think that's the main thing. Because I was watching a video yesterday, and this guy was talking about how he spent 30 minutes of his day that morning watching David Beckham leave a restaurant. And he was like, I don't even know how I ended up here, but I'm watching David Beckham being followed by paparazzi. And I asked myself, why am I watching this dude just leave a restaurant? He said, for some reason, it was entertaining. Like, I knew he was doing nothing. It was kind of weird, but I was entertained. And I thought, when you become someone so skilled at their craft and someone so known for what they do and someone people want to be, they'll watch you do anything. And so why not just do that? Why don't I just spend more time becoming the person that's worth being listened to, so that when I make these daily videos, no matter what I'm talking about, people want to listen and I can share the gospel with them. Which, the daily videos weren't a mistake. They were all ways to learn the art of speaking and give value to you guys in the meantime. So, check mark. But yeah, I'm going to take a week off. I'm going to think about it. Who knows? I could change, I could have been saying something different and I didn't really understand it. But I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to take some time off, really think, let my head kind of reset, get some rest. But I think in the future it'll be me coming on, and I want to. Also, I had this idea of like sharing specific lessons about info that I think are really cool, but I have to do them in Miro. Like, I need to kind of show you guys the visuals. And so I think doing these little random Miro videos for 10, 15 minutes, once or twice a week, like, I just want to have fun with it. And now that I'm not so focused on speaking, I feel like I'm just kind of forcing the videos. And that sucks. That's not good for any of us. So yeah, hope I didn't let you guys down too bad. Those of you who this is part of your daily routine. But like I said, this channel is going nowhere. I'm going to keep making videos on it. I just putting the expectation of daily. Now that I've learned speaking decently enough, it's honestly just burning wheels and not really helping anyone. And YouTube doesn't really like daily as well. YouTube likes the opposite. YouTube likes big, epic, outlier videos. Like I said, not really about the views, more about just giving value to guys. But I think if I become someone more valuable while sharing the best lessons along the way, I'm going to stop sharing lessons, but I just don't want to be sharing fluff. I want it to be good stuff. And I have good stuff along the way, but not every day. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week for some stuff. Yeah.